Hi, I'm Anne. This video is a little intro about appliquing. I'm testing 5 different stitches and 3 different presser feet you can use to put your applique onto your project. I'm testing the open toe foot, the satin stitch foot and the applique foot. The full tutorial you can find on MadamSew.com. It's a written blog post and there's details about the threads, the needles, the interfacing, the stabilizers and so forth. And I added some free downloadable designs because I found it really hard to find a good design for a man online. So you can download those for free. Go and check that out, but for now, let's go to the stitches and the presser feet. I have a basic brother machine and I tested a straight stitch, a zigzag stitch, a blanket stitch, a satin stitch and a blind hem stitch. My thread tension on this sample is horrible. I used a different bobbin thread and it shows at the front. So I made a second sample and I appliqued 5 yellow rectangles on red fabric with some purple embroidery thread using those 5 stitches. The first one is the straight stitch. This is the easiest one, but you have to know that the edges will fray. It will give a certain look, and if you're into free motion embroidery and collages, it can be very pretty. But for my simple design and my manly project, not really. I first tested the open toe foot. It has 2 long toes with a lot of space in between. It offers great visibility, a lot of control, and the wide groove on the underside can handle bulky decorative stitches. The second one is the zigzag stitch, the wide zigzag. I say wide because compared to a satin stitch, it is wide. I used the standard zigzag setting on my brother and an open toe foot. To take a corner, position your needle down when the stitch makes an outside swing. The open toe is a perfect foot for this. The third one is the blanket stitch. The little legs or the blades of grass of this stitch grab the inside of the applique. For the corners, also turn when your needle has just made an outside swing. Here I use the applique foot. It's shorter than a regular foot and the shortest of the 3 in this little test. It's the best one for curves, and it's not as free as a darning foot, but it has the highest maneuverability of these 3 feet. The underside is flat before the needle drop point for some good thread tension. I used a rather thin thread, but these stitches can build up density as well, so I would use a satin stitch foot or the open toe for the blanket stitch. The fourth is a satin stitch, and of course I use the satin stitch foot. My machine doesn't have a satin stitch setting, but you just take a zigzag and put the stitch length very low. These stitches create a really dense border. The edges of your applique are completely covered, so no fraying at all, but I found it hard to get them nice and straight, and my corners are, well, it's clear I am an applique newbie. The front of the satin stitch foot is semi-open, like most regular presser feet. Just like the open toe foot, the satin stitch foot has a recessed bottom. This groove is 3/16 inch wide and it lets the dense satin stitches pass smoothly. It has a little mark, a V carving, at the front of the foot that provides an excellent stitching guide as you twist and turn. The 5th stitch is the blind hem stitch, and it's the last one. This one is not often used for applique, but I like it. It's something between a blanket stitch and a zigzag. It's not too dense, not too difficult, and it's pretty. The little triangles that grab your applique fabric are stitched on the right side, which is a little weird because you have to keep your edge on the left. These stitches are not dense, so you have more fraying, and the choice of the foot will depend on your design. More curves and little corners, I'll use the applique foot. More straight lines, I'll go for the open toe with the long toes for more control. So here we are. If you want to know more, go to the written blog post on MadamSew.com. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me an email. And if you would like to subscribe to our channel, click the button here. Have a nice day. Bye.